Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen out there watching this show. You're very welcome to the second episode of the Table Talk show. Here I'm with my very good friend and co-host Cyber. Welcome, Cyber.
Thank you.
And I'm also with one of a kind gentleman, Mr. Emma Rukundo. You're very welcome to the show, Emma.
Thank you.
So today we will be tackling one of the most controversial topics around the whole world, and that topic is about polygamy. And I know what you must be thinking. This is a topic that we've done, people have done all over the world so many times, and so many people have very many opinions about it. But we're here to kind of try to understand the mind behind everything, the mind behind, the reason as to why some men feel like it's okay to have one wife and others feel like they must have more of a variety to choose from. So I think I can start with you, Cyber. Could you let us know what you think and what your views are basically on polygamy and what you think polygamy is in the first place?
Okay. First, I think polygamy is when an individual gets married or marries more than one partner in a life, or he has a variety. He can have two, he can have three, which I think to some point it's good, which I think we shall have to discuss in detail and hear if you guys agree with me in one way or the other. And then on the other side, there are also the monogamy part, where someone has one partner and then like faithful, you don't even look aside, that way, that type of life. So I think those are the two definitions that I can give.
Okay, thank you, Cyber. Emma, what do you think about it? What is polygamy and monogamy to you?
It's quite the same as he had defined. Polygamy is like you have one partner with more than one partners aside. Monogamy, it's one versus one. Polygamy is one versus many, 2, 3, 4, or whatever you can manage.
And the energy.
Given your energy levels.
Depending on your energy levels and okay. So I realized that you all were talking about having various partners, but you didn't specifically confine it to a specific gender.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say that polygamy can apply to both women and men?
Yeah.
For the sake of the discussion, I don't know whether
it does, because it's just one partner and multiple partners. It can be one man and several women, one woman and several men. Although it's quite
there are unshareable things. Basically, the men, the male gender, to some point, there are things they don't like sharing. Like, I don't see anyone who would be agreeing and is like, I'm sharing this with that one. No, like to some point, that is more chaotic, by the way. Because even I have never heard, maybe I'm not informed about that. I've never heard of a woman who is married to two, officially married to two men. I think by law it doesn't even happen.
So you think women are the ones who are okay with sharing?
And that's exactly my point. If men are not okay with sharing their women, why should women be okay with sharing their men?
But you're the one to tell us.
Yeah.
No.
Is that me?
No, because clearly men expect us to be okay sharing them, but they are not okay sharing us. So I'm wondering, why do you men expect us to do what you can't?
I have it's like, in this perspective, there's a way I'm going to talk about it, but people shouldn't think so deep about what I'm going to say. So it's about, you can share a fruit. 3 people, 4, but Now, when it comes the fruit sharing,
The people.
it doesn't have. But people shouldn't overthink the example I've used. Just look at it in an easy way.
So now,
It's something you can't
so
do.
now, who is the fruit? Who is the?
No, you do.
I
Don't
know.
go in detail.
No, I'm not. I'm just okay.
Cyber,
You
I'm
can
just-
go only one way to some point. If you want to come the other way, it's more of it is more chaos
Okay.
that we can't handle.
Cyber, honestly, let me let you know that I've just been offended by that example and that comment. But that's a topic for another day. We'll have our own fight after the show. Yeah? But, Emma, what do you think? Do you think that the, works? Do you think it's something that has advantages, or do you think it's not as adventurous as it's painted to be?
I think it varies from society to society.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Yeah, because you might grow up in a society where polygamy is normal. It's like the order of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've grown up as a child and you see men marrying, let's say more than, let's say like 2-3 wives, then life happens, If you're to go in the same situation, it might not be hard for you. Unlike some other guy who grew up in a very monogamous society, and then for them they want to try the polygamy. It might not work. Like for example, if I'm like in an Arab community, Muslim, let's say they are like, I can marry my 1, 2, 3, 4 women. You understand? In such a society, it would be different than when I'm like here in Rwanda and I want to officialize my marriage with 2 women. It can't work. So it becomes easier depending on the society that you're in. If the society you're in is like a favorable environment for such an arrangement, then fine. But if the environment you're in doesn't favor such an arrangement, then it's not something you should try and partake, because if it doesn't favor it, obviously even the effects will, not be favoring whatever decisions you've taken to partake in that. Yeah, so it varies from society to society.
Okay. Cyber, what do you think of that?
As in, you can repeat.
Do you think polygamy, what's your take on polygamy? Do you think it's something that is actually advantageous? Monogamy would be more advantageous than polygamy?
I think it depends on the character of someone. Same way we talked about it, I think, when we were starting. Some people have the capability, and some people were creative at some point. Some people have the capability of managing, 2, 3 people, 5.
Yeah.
But then we have also another type of person who can't manage, really handling very many people. And then also comes, I think, when you come to religious, it also depends on the resources. Yeah? Some people have enough resources that they can really finance 2, 3, 4 homes, and they stabilize, there is no chaos, these people live in a harmonious way. So they have the leadership part of leading their wives and families, and they also have the resources. I think that is perfect. Then coming to the other side of the monogamy, monogamy works for both, whether you have the resources or you don't. Yes? Yeah. Because if you don't have resources and you have
resources, monogamy works.
monogamy, you don't have resources, you can manage one wife.
Are you sure?
A few kids and.
Okay.
But also, everything has its own advantages and
I
disadvantages.
would say if you don't have enough resources.
You
But
need
if you
more.
don't have resources, you have no business getting married in the first place.
Oh, no, resources. It depends on your belief. I don't see. We don't get married because we have enough resources.
Yeah.
Because if you bring. No, that is another topic that we need to also discuss.
Yeah, definitely.
The reasons why someone should get married. But what I'm saying is, monogamy now is more of a peaceful situation. You have one wife, you discuss a few things, he knows that you are this faithful person, you don't pass the other side. If you guys fight, because I don't expect slaps to be somewhere. So you guys fight and you have an argument, you guys come and solve it. But imagine if you have an alternative. you guys will never solve a problem. You'll be like,
For you,
look at this one. You
go
go
there.
here, you take
Number
care
two.
of you for a few weeks. This one comes down. So it's a challenge. Problem solving. It's not easy when it's
My question becomes, since we are clearly seeing that there are quite a number of advantages to the polygamous side and having multiple women that you can actually fall onto, do you think that it would be the same advantages if it was a woman with multiple men?
I told you that can't happen.
This is where the problem comes. I mean, if it's polygamy, I personally, I'm not.
Would you want to have more men in your life than, like you have
But
also a variety?
Like I think it's easier. It's easier for me to say that I have 1, 2, 3 women, and I tell someone, they're like, But
No.
then for you, when a woman, you come and you tell someone,
1, 2, 3.
I have 1, 2, 3.
And shareable.
They're like,
No, I mean,
I mean, like the way it's received, the reception, within people of the two issues is very
the
different.
environment.
It's very different. If I would go and I tell some people at home, hey, I'm going to marry a second wife, what? It might bring some contention. It wouldn't be as much as if you also went and you're like, this man, I'm going to add number 2.
but then don't you think that that's maybe a mentality that needs
So,
to be
yeah.
changed?
I
Because,
think
I mean,
a
if-
character doesn't agree.
If there is a
It depends.
possibility of a woman, one woman not being enough for a man, don't you think that there is just as much possibility of one man not being enough for a woman?
I think it's there. I think it's there.
You think so?
I think it's there, but men are in a better position to officialize.
I mean, who put them in that position in the first
I
place?
don't know.
And
No,
I wasn't there.
there are natural things.
there's nothing natural
I-
about it,
People
Saiba.
who try to change nature usually face problems. Now,
No,
okay, in the first place, who marries the other?
Yeah,
Who proposes to the other?
but it's a simple
you
analogy.
get married to
So it
each
means
other.
you are ready to receive 6 proposals and you can accept
to all of
whatever
them.
you want.
No, but even a girl is free to propose to a guy.
Yeah, you can propose to a guy, but can you propose to 2?
Why not?
I mean,
Look,
in the case of the polygamy case we are looking
Yes.
at. Yeah.
You look at maybe you take today you propose to Emma, tomorrow
Propose to Saiba.
to Saiba, another day John, James.
Then you bring us.
Jacob.
Jacob. You
Jacob.
have like a whole big list of them. They're like, okay, fine. Why? Now I don't have a name for that one, cause like in our society we haven't experienced that.
It's
And I
uncommon.
think, hey, it's somewhere.
It's uncommon.
Okay, to some
I
point we
don't
take
know.
it as okay. The ladies, it's not a culture that we know in the ladies, in ladies generally. So I think I don't even like it. It's no. I wouldn't. What I wouldn't wish for my sister to do, I don't think I would wish it for any other female. Like,
I mean,
how would you do it?
currently, I wouldn't do it because I mean, I wouldn't say I have eyes for anybody else other than my husband at the moment. But if the need arises, I don't see why not.
That's dangerous.
No, so but you know,
I gave you a good example.
Here
The thing
it
around
is
that
that-
is, it's that like for us, we are the hunters. We have the hunter
Yeah.
and the prey. Now
So
it's
the prey-
like the prey hunting the hunter.
You find
The equation
6
doesn't
praise are running after the hunter.
They're
They're hanging out.
It's like the predator and the prey. What you see?
I mean, if you are a lady, right, and you happen to have a husband, you're happily married and everything, but at some point in life you meet somebody, and
Better?
not necessarily better, just somebody who picks up your interest, right, and you feel certain emotions about the person, and
You're getting an entanglement.
you have some sort of an entanglement with the person. Wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't you want to be in a position where you can honestly tell your partner that, look, maybe say Saiba is my husband? Wouldn't you be in a position where you can be able to say, look, Saiba, I'm interested in Emma because he makes me feel certain ways that maybe I feel with you, but
And you are talking
or
to
maybe
me.
I don't feel with you,
Serious.
but Emma makes me feel this way, and I would like to have something with him. I mean, would you like to have that kind of honesty,
Wait,
that kind
before you
of
even go very
transparency
far,
with
like,
you?
no, maybe the
Look at this guy's
transparency. The whole idea is now. Do you know, in the first place, for itself an entanglement to take place when you guys might suppose not like to be together. We are together, everything looks good, like we don't have any problem, and then you come and tell me, you know something, Emma, now that one I will not like take it in. So it's either you leave this, take this, or but we can't both be hanging on the same rope, like serious.
So then why can't men leave one woman
It's
and
natural.
forget? It's not natural, Saiba. Adam had only Eve.
Our grandfather,
Adam had only Eve.
Man,
That was
and
the
Solomon
only
had
natural
1,000.
thing.
Abraham.
Those,
No.
For every example you bring, we can find another
I mean,
contrast.
no.
No, Adam, it's because I don't know basically.
But maybe it's only Eve who was there.
Yeah, he was one who was created.
Maybe Adam didn't have an option.
But even Adam's story, we don't know much about Adam. Let's
Yeah.
talk about our great grandfather. Ooh, you know, God gave us a very good grandfather.
But by the way, good
Abraham.
example of Abraham.
Yeah.
Like you see Abraham, he had his wife. So for some time she could not give birth. So she was like, now, like the example he gave, like, no, you first have this servant woman of mine in the meantime, before things
Did
happen.
the lady propose?
They gave birth to who? Is it Ishmael? But it's like
So
the same case.
Once we go back
But it
to
didn't
the
happen
Bible,
that Abraham said, now, Sarah, you see things are not working. Now that I have my boy here. He's good.
now, if we are
I
to go
don't know.
back to the Bible, why do you think that all of you can remember Sarah's name as Abraham's wife, but cannot bring yourselves to remember the servant's name?
Hagar.
You think?
I know.
I mean, if you think God, I believe we all trust in God, right? And we believe, I personally believe
moment.
that God, I personally believe that God does not make mistakes, right? God does not make mistakes, and He knows everything before it happens. And you know, why do you think that God created Adam and gave him only Eve, not 2 Eves, not 3 Eves, but only 1 Eve, and expected Adam to be content and to be happy with his life?
I think he didn't want to remove a lot of ribs. Bro.
The ribs were in short supply.
So you mean to say
Just
the
remove
ribs were
the
in short supply?
Ribs. To expose is a lot of important.
But now, if this thing, there is no losing a rib.
But I mean,
That's why now Abraham had to have many,
Because Abraham
Solomon with the same number of ribs.
now that we're talking about ribs, they say, usually when people are getting married, they say, you're the bone of my bone, rib of my ribs, right? Now, if man only lost 1 rib, why does he need multiple ribs to compensate for the
that
1 rib
rib.
that was lost?
that rib multiplied.
That
So,
rib,
this
it was
rib-
like an investment.
No, these ribs were from God.
It was like an investment.
But this is more of a
Multiplied.
religious thing, so if we are to
That's just what I think. It's just one way to look at it. So like for those who defend monogamous things from the religious aspect, like, you know what, Adam had 1 wife. You know, the whole rib thing. You know, but then you're like, man, I see many other characters in those same books who had like 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are very rich men, and life went on.
I think it's,
So I mean,
it's generally
man-
about someone just making a
from person
decision.
to person. If you know you can handle it,
Handle
like
the
in the
things.
case of that Abraham, he's a very rich man.
So then you need to be able to trust that women can handle it as well, right?
If that woman can handle,
If she can handle,
If she can
I
handle,
think you go.
you go. Because
I
me, if
mean-
I'm here and life is squeezing me, and this rich woman comes and she's just like, things are here. You settle and do your thing.
Then you take
Hey.
part in an entanglement.
but then the woman is not
That is-
meant to be the provider, is she?
Meant to be.
I mean,
Life has changed.
Things are changing.
Okay, basically, naturally, that's not religiously. That's not what. But now, coming to the current situations, you find that everyone needs to work. I think currently, many homes we have a man and a woman working to provide for the family. But of course, we look at the man as the head of the family for everything to be so perfect. Because the whole science about this thing of head of the family, for you to be head of the family, to me, you must be the one providing more. So if the lady provides more, takes over. If you provide more, you take over.
well, Emma, as for you, has something changed, or do you still?
Oh, me. I think it differs. Person to person, society to society. And each side, whether polygamous or monogamous, outweighs the other in different whatever areas. Like the point I raised, the environment, raising kids. Yeah, I said I prefer monogamous than polygamous side. So, but when it's like on the side of, let's say, like managing relationships between, let's say, the man and the wife, and it's like, let's say, like what you had said before, like I have wife number one, brings a lot of issues. You're like, now I'll chill you for this week. I go to this side.
First we use the
First
castration.
we use the stress. This one also brings a lot of problems. You're like number three. Where are you?
Then when I'm running away from.
But when you have problems with one woman, it's that one until
You have to solve it.
until.
Thank you very much to our viewers out there. Thank you for being with us during the show. It was really nice having you along the journey. Thank you to Mr. Cyber and Mr. Emma for being with us as well. It's been really fun getting to talk with you and, get to see what you all think. If you guys have any comments you could make regarding what we were saying, definitely feel free to comment down below and make sure to hit the subscription button, and we'll be leaving the links to our Instagram account and our Twitter handle. Make sure to follow us there as well, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.